All right. Convince me why I should go on a mission trip.
Okay.
And just remember the answer at the end of this question is a big fat no. but go ahead. Why are missions trips like good for me, good for the people, good for the world?
Right. Okay.
I know I already shit all over it at the beginning, but but try your best.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Well, first thing I'll say
I'm in
is
a mood today.
You really are.
I really
you're pissed off.
I'm pissed.
I don't know why you're so mad.
I don't get it because I don't understand.
And maybe that's why actually you need to go.
No, I don't understand because I've just like the question I asked at the beginning. I've just been hearing this my whole life.
Yeah,
and that's been part of like the church hurt.
Okay.
And why everybody deconstructs and whatever, because it got to the point where the church just felt like they were yelling at us for not being Christians anymore.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting here like, why don't you fix them yelling at everybody in America before you go down to somewhere else and be nice to them and give them water and you know, treat them really nicely because they're poor.
Right.
And so you're down there treating them all nice because they're poor, and then you come back to the States and stand there on the corner at UGA and scream whore at girls through the microphone.
Right.
And that's like as if church down in Colombia could be like, hey, could you send your best megaphone whore yelling Christian down here because we got some whores down here and we need them dealt with.
Right.
So like, could you come down here and do that? Like as if that's happening. It's like, no, like that's what makes me angry about it because it's like combined with everything else. Like, like you're going to sit here and be horrible people to everybody.
Right.
From what it seems like from the outside.
Sure.
And then you're just going to go be nice to everybody and then put it on Instagrams and say, hey, look at me.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I'm angry about it.
Okay. No, I think that's legitimate anger.
Okay.
Like, I mean, genuinely, I think it's legitimate, like, because we shouldn't act that way. People should not act that way.
And that's why I'm saying fix that. Stay here and fix that shit before you go fix Colombia. Like, that's why I don't get it.
Yeah. I again, like, and this is the hard part, like, because I can't control what every other pastor is going to do.
Yeah.
Right? I can't control what other missionaries or ministries or whatever are going to do. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not being invited into all of those spaces.
Right. And I think it's those people that are the people complaining.
Yeah.
Like, we're losing Christians, but the way we're going to go get them is screaming at them.
Yeah.
Through a microphone.
Yeah. And there is some of that, right? Like, if we scream loud enough, maybe they'll pay attention and turn around and start following Jesus. Yeah. And like, I personally have never seen that I've just never seen that be effective, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, just never. And I'm sure it has to some degree somewhere. Just for me, I've never seen it that way. I mean, we've been just before. Like at UGA there was the
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, at UGA there was the street preachers that were coming through campus, or we call them the campus preachers, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. They'd come through campus. They're yelling on their megaphones and same thing you're talking about. And
you're doing it at the worst point in people's lives.
Right. And so like what we started doing to counter that was actually doing open air preaching, but in a completely different manner and way, right? So like our response to that was not to just bash those people or whatever, but let's give them another perspective of Christianity.
Yeah.
That's not the yelling and the screaming. That's maybe actually telling them God really loves you. God really believes that you're valuable, and God really wants to be in a relationship with you, you know? And God sees your brokenness and actually wants to heal this brokenness in you. And so, you know, like that was our street preaching, if you were, or you know, we called it open air preaching, right? That was our open air preaching there, you know, on campus. You know, you've been at UGA right there at the Tate Center. That's what we did, right?
Tate Center.
Yeah, I love it. And so, and so I do get what you're saying, like. The answer, and I think maybe for everything, the answer is not the yelling and the screaming, right? Whether that is whether that is for trying to fix America, or whether that's trying to get people to get involved in missions or get involved in things of the church, It's not the screaming and the yelling, the guilting, the shaming. Like, no, like, right. That's not how we do things. Like, no. So what, because the reality is I can't scream and yell. Like, if I scream and yell at the people that are already in church, like, they're not the problem. Right.
Right.
Like, so what I need to do is equip them. I'm talking as a pastor now, right? Mm-hmm. What I'm thinking of, my perspective is, no, I need to help equip them where they feel confident to go share the gospel with someone that doesn't know Christ, equip them to actually go be able to disciple somebody and to help them grow in their faith. Like, that's what, if I can do that, then they're going to multiply into, by seeing people come to know Christ. They're going to help that quote unquote trend turn around, But
you got to tell them how to do it, I guess, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, if we don't do that, and that's been part of the problem. Like, if the Sunday morning, pulpit is just now a stage performance, right? Like, let me be really hyper creative, with my words and wax eloquently about whatever topic or theme I want, and it's all about that speaker and how good he is. Well, okay, that was nice. I'm glad you gave me a good sermon. But like at the end of the day, like I still need to know how to study the Bible for myself. I still need to know how to go share the gospel. Like, where does that happen? And I think pastors need to take a responsibility to actually help train their people, not just on a Wednesday night. Because the reality is, like, if you do these like in special gatherings, like, hey, we're going to do a training for people, The reality is, it's the people that want to do that anyway. They're the ones that are going to show up, not like the new people that actually need to know how to do it. Right. Or the individuals that maybe have been in church for 30 years, but never once been told how to share the gospel are probably not going to show up in that class.
You have to do it on Sunday morning when everyone normally comes.
Correct.
That's what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And a lot of pastors will not do that because that's boring to them. In other words, that doesn't come across as, oh, look at how much I know, or look at how gifted I am as a speaker.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Because I'm trying to captivate an audience, man. I don't have time to give them tools.
Lasers.
right.
Yeah, yes.
And so this gets, as what I'm saying is, you're right. There's been a whole hot mess in Christianity is what I'm getting to for the last 40 years. And I really do think there is beginning to be a turn, right? That actually numbers of people who are going to small churches are increasing. And I think that's a awesome, positive trend.
Okay.
Because we need people to be equipped, to be trained in churches, and so that we don't have the screaming, the yelling, the da-da. We want to inspire people in our churches to reach the community, and we want to inspire people in our churches to not only go to other countries, because, by the way, I don't think everybody should go to another country. Like, I don't think everybody has to go, or everybody should go even.
Cool.
But I think we can all be a
Good
part.
Answer.
I think we can all be a part of it. Yeah, I know you like that answer. But we can all be a part of it, right? We can pray and we can give and we can, be for those and support those who are going. And then there are some who will go as well. But again, I mean, from any given church, you're probably talking about 5% of the people.
By the way, I wanted you to know that none of this me being mad has anything to do with the fact that I told you I was tithing, and then you told me you sent it all to Columbia last week. So it has nothing to do with that.
You just clearing.
Just thought of that. Wanted to clear that up. Yeah,
we're gonna get a letter in the mail.
This is no.
We're gonna get a letter in the mail going. Can we? I would like to request a refund.
Right. Yeah. No, they're gonna call and just be like, "Hey, can we send him his money back?" we don't want him being mad at us.
Right.
No, but I don't care.
Okay.
No,
I'm glad.
That's not what the reason. The reason is what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think those are valid reasons.
I feel like I keep coming back to, well, if we have problems with stuff here, why aren't we working on that problem instead of going to other countries? But I don't get it. And so anyway, put aside all of the problems I have with all that.
Right.
If I was just like, hey, Joseph, should I go on the missions trip that you guys are going? Why should I come?
Okay. Well, I think if I'm saying, all right, hey, well, here's what we're doing on the mission trip. And I will share with you whatever it is we're doing on whatever particular mission trip.
Okay.
And then you go, I think that would be, I can help serve in that area. Or that actually interests me. I'd like to go.
Okay.
I think those are valid reasons.
Should I want to go to see, to get saved, to make people get saved, or
like to share the gospel?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
or whatever you.
Whatever the Christian language is.
I don't like. Which one is it?
I know.
To make disciples?
Right.
Or
yeah. I know. So So if you're just wanting to share the gospel, sure, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a good reason to go on any missions trip?
Sure. Yeah. If you're going on a trip and in that trip there's those opportunities to do that, then absolutely, right? Like the trip I just came back from Colombia, that was really not the trip for that, right?
Okay.
So like if someone came to me and it's like, I just want to see people get saved, and I'm like, well, then probably don't come on this trip.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Because we're not going to really be doing that. But like, hey, I will have a trip next year, and then we'll be going door to door to share Christ, to share the gospel in the villages. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a great time for you to come.
Okay.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. I think it really depends on the trip and the person's desire and wants.
Do they have doors down there?
Some do. Some of the villages do, depending on where we're going, but some don't. Actually, my oldest son, the first time we ever took him to a mission trip, toward the end of the trip, I said, well, what do you think about the trip? And he just looked at me and was like, the village is weird. And I said, well, why is it weird? And he said, they don't have doors.
Yeah.
That was his answer. He's like, they don't have doors. And I'm like, you're right. Let's don't call it weird. Let's just call it different, right? It's just different. So that's a true statement. There are lots of villages that do not have doors.
All right. Well, I'm still not going to go. All right.
That's fine.